Jeff, you can give me the nod when you want me to get them to turn.
We've resumed in public session a meeting that we started on the 20th of May and deferred part of the business until today. So as Deputy Mayor and Meeting Chair, I'd like to welcome members of the public and the media who are joining us for the resumption of that public session, and also board members who are joining us. A reminder to those present that this is a public session. It's also being live streamed and a recording will be on the Combined Authorities website. So on the 20th of May, board members took the decision to move into private session to discuss a number of issues relating to individuals and to the financial and business affairs of a particular person, including the authority holding that information. And we did that also on the motion because we wanted to have the freedom to ask questions and to have debate. We did not take that decision lightly, but on balance we judged that the public interest was in this case best served by those discussions taking place in private. However, we are committed to transparency, and for that reason we returned to public session to report the decisions that were taken in that private session. To just record exactly what those decisions were, both on the 20th and also today. So I'll take those in order. First of all, on a notice of motion and an amended motion and an amended motion, we discussed and debated at length those issues, and the amended motion was in fact the one that was passed. The detail of that debate and the wording of the amended motion and subsequent amendments, and the vote will be published in the decision notice, and that will include the numbers voting as well. We also, at that meeting, agreed proposed terms for the early departure of the Combined Authorities Chief Executive. At today's meeting, we received a report noting the appointment, and we're glad to record that, of Paul Rains as our acting Chief Executive, and effectively that took effect from the beginning of June. And we also, so that was item one. Item two, we agreed a process which will be the responsibility of the Employment Committee later in June, for the appointment of an interim chief executive. The third item was that we asked officers, in light of the letter that we received only yesterday lunchtime from the external auditor, and the fact that we were already in discussions with Deluxe about an improvement plan, to open formal discussions with Deluxe about improvement options for the combined authority. And finally, we considered a draft member officer protocol, and we agreed to follow its principles in advance of asking for input from our Audit and Governance Committee, and then its formal adoption by the combined authority. So I thank all of the members for their contributions, and I declare the meeting of Councillor Fitzgerald.
Not so fast, Councillor Herbert, I'm afraid. So just for a matter of public record, what Councillor Herbert has been through there was not unanimously agreed in terms of the motions, and this reconvened meeting in public has moved on since the meeting of the 20th of May. So I've got a couple of things I'd like to put on public record. One of them is, and I'll do them in a random order, that the package agreed with the Chief Executive, I did not agree with, nor did I sanction. So that wasn't unanimous. So as a matter of public record, because it will come out in the wash, We're restricting what we can say publicly right now, but I'm placing on record that I didn't agree with that. There was a motion to ask the mayor to consider recusing himself from the position while a code of conduct investigation went on, and further that he might wish to consider his position. In light of evidence or information that's come forward since that meeting, particularly in the public domain from Ernst & Young, I would actually go a bit further today, and I would say to the mayor he should consider stepping down and resigning, because in my view, he's not fit and able to do the job as mayor of this authority. And why I say that, a lot of it is laid out in the Ernst & Young letter, and this authority is in meltdown, which leads me on to the final point of that we've agreed to formally adopt an improvement panel, and you've got to ask yourself why that is. All authorities go through various stages, but at the end of the day, as leaders, the buck stops with leaders, and in this case, the buck stops with the mayor. And we are failing everywhere to deliver for the people of Cambridgeshire and Peterborough. And that wholly has to be levelled at the mayor's doorstep. So I'd say to him, and I did say publicly, and it's not personal, it's not politics, this authority is just not working. And I will do all I can, and I will cooperate with my chief executives, and I'm sure the other leaders will with their chief executives, to try and improve matters. But I don't think it will improve while the mayor is the mayor, because I think he's a better doctor than he is a mayor. Thank you.
There is a difference of view on this point. And if the challenges that the combined authority faced were simple, then some may agree. But it is not in the view of a number of us that the mayor is the sole issue within this combined authority, and the range of issues that were raised in the Ernst & Young letter, and the need for us to have discussions with Deluxe, along with the fellow combined authority, local authorities, is important. I do not accept that the combined authority is in meltdown. I do not accept that painting that picture assists the discussions. I believe that there are some serious issues to be addressed, and those discussions with Deluxe are an important stage in that. I pay tribute to the work of the staff and the organisation, as was evidenced by the material which we will discuss at a future date that was on our agenda for today. And I'm confident that the dialogue with government will see significant improvements to the combined authority and benefits to our residents.
Couldn't get any worse, Councillor Herbert.
We've had our exchange. I declare the meeting closed. Thank you.